Hi, my name is Jason Sturm, and I'm going to be doing a competitive analysis between the games Mass Effect 3 and Knights of the Old Republic 2, also known as KOTOR. So let's go ahead and jump right in. When you start a new game in Mass Effect 3, you're given the choice between a male, female character, or you can import a Mass Effect 2 character that you have created previously. This character will start at the level that you were in Mass Effect 2. Now you're given a choice between action, role-playing, and story. This is going to change the way the gameplay is. At role-playing, you'll get a regular feel between the two. Action, you won't be able to make decisions in dialogue, and story, you'll have an easier time with combat. Go ahead and with role-play. Go with my first name as John, that's fine. You can't change your last name, however, because everyone in dialogue will refer to you as Shepard. So we'll go ahead with John. Now we're given the choice between customizing our appearance or just going with the default. Now, this is very similar to KOTOR in terms of cycling presets. However, if you'd like to build a more unique character, you can go ahead and adjust things like their eye height and so on and so forth. The next thing we'll choose is between the different classes of characters. In Knights of the Old Republic 2, you're given the choice of 3, whereas in Mass Effect 3, you're given the choice of 6, and each will affect the different type of combat you'll bring to the table. Soldier will use more weapons, and an engineer will use more tech powers, and so on. Then we're given the choice of an extra power that isn't specific to our class. If you've beaten the game, most powers that you had in that game at higher ranks will also be allowed for the character. In this case, we'll use fortification. Now we're given a psychological profile that explains our background. In role-playing, this is mostly just flavor, but in action, it will actually affect the decisions that your character makes. So choose wisely. Now we're given the last option of our psychological profile, which how many significant combat losses you've had. You could say numerous, or you could choose between Caden Alenko and Ashley Williams, who were actually present in previous games. Now, if you say that Caden Alenko was lost, you'll start the game with Ashley Williams, and vice versa. That concludes the character creation for Mass Effect 3. Now let's go ahead and look at Knights of the Old Republic 2. In Knights of the Republic 2, you're given the choice of a male and female character, but you can't import like in Mass Effect 3. However, these three classes affect strongly the progression of leveling up later in the game. A counselor will get more force powers and a guardian will get more weapon, while a sentinel will be somewhere in between the two. We could go straight to the game with a quick character build, but let's go ahead and look at all the things they have to offer. You can cycle through presets, but it doesn't give you the same unique character creation as Mass Effect 3. In this, you can gain different attributes, unlike Mass Effect 3, who has fixed stats, and each attribute ends up costing more as it goes along. If you look, this changed from 1 to 3 as we got from 14 to 18. The next thing we'll look at is skills. These are things that are used outside of combat in Knights of the Old Republic 2, which is not even present in Mass Effect 3. When you choose a feat, this is much like choosing a power in Mass Effect 3. However, each character is given the same choices, but these things unlock through levels, and the amount of remaining feat points to use are different between each character. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.